Alright, today we're going to be talking about the basic FET control board right here. This is the power board. It has the FETs. It takes the 120 volts AC and returns out 16 volts DC on the output. Basically, the board is all labeled. You can follow the labels in the schematic. There's only a couple irregularities. We're going to go over them right now. Okay, one, these resistors right here, where it's a round circle like that, that's a 3-watt resistor, metal oxide. So one goes here, here, and here. Alright, on the input AC, we have this little connector right here. Basically, you look it up in AliExpress as a 2-pin connector. It's a 10 amp. It handles 10 amps of current, so it's bigger in size, and if you put 10 amps in there, maybe it'll come up quicker on the search. Alright, that connector mounts right there. That's where it goes. It's mentioned on the schematic, but this is what it looks like. It's basically an 8 amp. Hope we get some good focus there. It's an 8 amp, 12 volt coil relay. It's called Omicron, but there's generic versions of it. It basically goes right in this slot right here, like that. That's where it goes right there. The most important thing is this D16 and D15. That's these guys right here. Their part numbers are, let's see, look at it here. It's a 2060 CT. That one goes here. This is a 2060 CTR. It goes here. They're marked in pictures on the packages. Let's see. You can see the diodes. This is the common anode. This is a common cathode. Don't get these mixed up, or you'll vent your capacitors right here. This is the capacitors on AliExpress. They're pretty high quality. It's called a horn capacitor. In America, they don't call that. It's called snap fit. But anyway, that's how you look it up. It's a horn capacitor. It goes right in here, and you can it presses in. That's why they're called a snap fit. It uses the HST connectors, the same as the driver card, and that's the mating connector right there. It also has a 2-pin connector. That's for the little LED here. This lights up the LED when the battery is fully charged or when the unit is regulating. These little diodes right here, all diodes are Schottky diodes. So this is like a 2 amp, 40 volt Schottky diode. You could put 100 volt there, it don't matter. But they go in here into the D1, D2, right here, and D3 and D4. They have to be high speed, there'll be problems. The other connector I got is, it's the same as the other 2-pin connector, but it's a 4-pin, and it goes in right here. That's where it goes. Now the card we're talking about is this model right here. I have 2 models. This model is for regulating the voltage right here at the output directly. No need for a buck converter or none of that stuff. So it uses some extra components in here to achieve that with 3 jumpers. There's a green, a red, and a yellow. And that controls the operation. There's 2 more jumpers right here. Those jumpers connect the output in parallel. So instead of being a dual isolated output, it's a single output. This is the other model card. This is the one that has the dual outputs and they're isolated. We don't need these components in here because the regulation is done after this connector right here. But how it's hooked up or connected to the metal plate, this is the only one I got on the heatsink right now, so it looks like that. You can lay the card down on a piece of metal, cut this size, and then basically just mark out the hole pattern and drill it out. This is basically the model that you got the card from me. Their wiring on the underside looks like this. And basically these are a start and a finish. And the other start and finish is put together right here. The same is done for the second output, a start and a finish. And then you tie the start and the finish together, and that goes for the center tap. The connection for the FETs, it's a quad wind of 22 gauge. It's not hard to do. When you hook it up, you want to put the starts here. At the end of this start, you use an ohm meter to find the end. And that end goes here. You pick another start, connect that there, and then the end of that start is over here. So the ends, there's two starts and there's two ends on the FETs. This transistor right here is the tip 47, and it's the initial regulator. It solders in there, but it goes on the bottom of the card and it connects to the heatsink, as shown right here. You can see it right there. It connects to the heatsink. The finished card looks like this. Again, this is for the building of this card right here. The one card builds two different types of power supplies. It's all in one. To get to the one, you use the jumpers. To get to the other model, you don't use the jumpers or the extra parts. Thank you for watching the video and have a great day.